WHOW is Central Illinois' ag station, and that includes providing farmers information on how the commodity markets close each day and week. I'm Todd Gleason from Illinois Public Media, University of Illinois Extension, inviting you to hear the daily closing market report weekday afternoons at 5:06, and on Saturdays tune in for Commodity Week with a review of the week's markets at 8:30 in the morning, all on WHOW AM, FM, and streamed online.
From the Hart Media Group newsroom and DeWittDailyNews.com, I'm Ben Hubbard with this expanded morning newscast. Good morning and thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Ben Hubbard. You're listening to the WHOW Morning Show. Instructional coaches are a growing need in community school districts, and Clinton is planning to utilize them starting next school year. Superintendent Drew Goebel indicates that districts are turning to instructional coaches more and more. He believes that they can be a great resource for staff as they navigate all the responsibilities that come with being a teacher in 2026.
Instructional coaches, they are not new to the area. They're new to Clinton. A lot of larger school districts have had instructional coaches for many years. Even now, the schools that are our size, I know Olympia, which is very comparable to our demographics and how big we are, enrollments, they have instructional coaches. So it's an additional resource. It's really what it comes down to. Teachers are pulled in so many different directions. Like today, CES has data days, and they are going over student data. They're looking at student achievement, and there is just so much. The expectations on teachers, it just piles on more and more. So an instructional coach is somebody that it's not a fix. It's not because teachers are bad. It's an additional resource. They're not an administrator. They are not evaluating a teacher. They are an instructional coach is part of the Clinton Education Association. So they're part of the teachers union.
According to Goebel, the term coach in the job title is somewhat misleading. He hopes there is internal interest in these positions because of the quality of teachers they have in the district.
I almost wish the word coach was not the word, because you think of the coach telling the players what to do. In a traditional sense, that's kind of how it is. If you look at the hierarchy, the coach is in charge, and then they tell the players what to do. But that is not what instructional coaches, like I said, I can't change the word because that's what people call them, but it's not that. And I even think that following this radio interview, I'm going to be sending out the job descriptions to the certified staff so they can see exactly what the job is. But with that, I'm sending out an informal letter, an email that kind of explains things in a more casual way than just the job description. So I'm hoping that we have internal candidates. We have an amazing group of teachers in our district, and I know that we have many teachers currently that would make great instructional coaches. So I'm hoping we have internal interest.
He hopes to have these individuals hired soon so they can begin to get to know the staff of each building and also participate in the professional development required for this role.
That will start next year. From the time that we get them employed, we want to make sure, and I said this last night, I want to make sure that person who is the instructional coach is ready to go when we start school in August. So there'll be professional development probably even this semester and then throughout the summer. So whoever does apply for it, just know that there is professional development to help you be able to do that job. And fortunately, because we are surrounded by other districts that have instructional coaches, we want to make sure that they get teamed up. So there will be opportunities to make sure that they hit the ground running and they know what they're doing, because there is nothing more frustrating than being thrown into a job and you don't know what you're supposed to do.
Mhm.
That is irritating. So I want to make sure that whoever does this position feels good about what they're doing, and they're not just guessing. And and even throughout, there'll be supports in place.
The district will be hiring instructional coaches for Clinton Elementary School, Lincoln School, and a K through 12 special education instructional coach who will also be an outplacement coordinator. Monticello High School is making strides in connecting students and creating an accepting community. Principal Travis Corson told the Heart Media Group on the WHOW High School Road Tour Monday that they have created a course they call Unified PE. He says this pairs general education students up with life skills students in a comfortable and fun setting.
The one course we have right now is we're calling it Unified PE, even though we're not a unified champion school just yet. And there's a whole process that I won't go in on that. But the Unified PE basically is we have our life skills classes with our students. And what we do is we have them in PE class, and then we have gen ed students in that class as well. And the idea is that we pair up one-to-one gen ed student with our life skills student. Our life skills students are the athletes, and then our gen ed students are their buddies. And the minute they walk into class, they pair up with their buddy, and conversations begin to happen, right? And then throughout the class, they're working on skills that you would normally work on in PE.
Corson feels that the most valuable part of the program is the social benefit for both the gen ed and life skills students. He notes that they see a lot of growth in students through this program.
But the one really neat thing about this is the social skills and the social aspect that has come out of this class. It opens up a lot of doors for both students.
Yeah.
Not only life skills, but gen ed. And we're seeing a lot of growth in that. Again, this was our first year, so we're not quite where we want to be, but it's something that we're really proud of. When I first was hired, I kind of jokingly said to somebody, they go, what are you going to change? And I said, my goal is just not to mess it up. I mean, because we are very lucky to be in this district. You know, I've been in other districts that are also solid, but Monticello there's something unique about us. And that's why we call ourselves Unique Monticello. There's a lot of support. There's a lot of reasons to get behind our schools, and there's a lot of reasons to show that support.
The high school is taking steps towards better preparing juniors educationally and emotionally as they get ready to take the SATs, and we'll have more on that with Corson in the days ahead from the Heart Media Group. Now for your local obituaries. Leo Eddie E. Evans Jr., 65, of Maroa, passed away on Friday, January 30th at his home. A celebration of life will be held on Friday, February 13th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Knights of Columbus, 217 Limit Street in Lincoln, Illinois. Cremation rights have been accorded. Queer Peasley Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Ruby Renee Brad, 9, of Clinton, passed away at 1:01 a.m. January 27th at HSHS St. John's Children's Hospital in Springfield. Services will be 10 a.m. Saturday. They were Saturday, February 7th at the funeral home. The memorials may be directed to Ruby's Garden in care of Stephen Brad. Get news anytime from your computer or from your mobile device at DeWitt County's #1 source for news, sports, police blotter, obituaries, and more. Best of all, it's all free all the time, right at your fingertips at DeWittDailyNews.com. Also, check out IL Sports Wire for expanded highlights of all your local high school programs. Local sports on the way. Get news anytime at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Here's Heart Media Group owner Matt Hart talking about being in front of our audience on multiple platforms.
this what we call the second screen, right? It's the phone, because now we don't watch television one screen at a time. We're constantly watching two screens. You might be watching the University of Illinois football game on Saturday on your big screen, but you've got your phone there. And when a commercial comes on or timeout comes on, you're watching that second screen. And we want to make sure that we're positioned to be on the second screen, whether it's social media, we want to be there.
Hart purchased the Miller Media Group in Clinton in August of 2025.
Our local hospitals are the heartbeat of our communities, delivering critical care every hour of every day for everyone, training the next generation of caregivers. Beyond the walls, their benefit to the community is everywhere, driving the local economy and supporting local organizations, initiatives, and neighbors. Illinois Hospitals, healing communities. Learn more at team-iha.org. Sponsored by the Illinois Health and Hospital Association. Aired in cooperation with the Illinois Broadcasters Association and this station.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Ace now offers free assembly and free delivery, so it's never been easier to get a great grill for your family, like a Weber gas grill, a Traeger wood pellet grill, or a Big Green Egg charcoal grill. Only at your neighborhood Ace. Around the block. What you need in stock. With people who know their grills.
This is Brad from Gibson Ace Hardware in Clinton, Illinois. Stop in to see us, The Helpful Place, at 114 North Madison Street, Clinton.
See participating store for details.
Wellness starts with prevention. Book your annual appointment online today with SIU Center for Family Medicine in Lincoln by clicking their icon on DeWittDailyNews.com.
DeWittDailyNews.com is the area's leading local news source 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the latest local news, obituaries, police blotter, weather forecast, and more with no paywall. Head to DeWittDailyNews.com to get the local information you need to know.
From the Hart Media Group Sports Desk, IL Sports Wire, and DeWittDailyNews.com, I'm Ben Hubbard with this local sports report. In a game heard on WHOW and all its digital platforms, the Clinton Lady Maroons gave the Mount Pulaski Lady Hilltoppers their first loss of the season, winning 49-36 in non-conference high school girls basketball action in Clinton on Monday night. Clinton entered the game with a record of 24-4 and had won 20 games in a row. The Lady Hilltoppers sat at an undefeated 25-0 before the game. Clara Dempsey opened the game, making 4 buckets from beyond the arc to give them a 14-9 lead after the first. Both teams scored 11 in the second quarter, but the Lady Maroons turned up the defensive heat from there, holding Mount Pulaski to just 5 points in the third. Dempsey led all scorers with 23 points for Clinton. Avery Smith added 12 points, including 7 made free throws in the second half. Carly Anderson scored 8 points. Mount Pulaski was led by Addison Brown, who scored 20 points, including 5 made buckets from distance. Allison Murphy scored 8, and Elena Martin had 4. With the win, Clinton improves to 25-4, while Mount Pulaski falls to 25-1. The Lady Maroons will host senior night during their last home game of the regular season on Wednesday as they take on the Cerro Gordo Belmont Lady Broncos. Tip-off is at 7:15 p.m. Tune into the next Clinton Maroons sports broadcast when the girls take on either Maroa Forsyth or Sangamon Valley to kick off regionals on February 17th. Tip-off for that game is at 6 p.m. at El Paso Gridley. Hear all the action on WHOW and all its digital platforms. Jaquan Johnson had 31 points, and Bradley scored the final 12 points in overtime to beat Belmont 95-84 on Monday night, in ending the Bruins' 9-game winning streak. Johnson also had 7 assists and 3 steals for the Braves, who improved to 17-9 and 10-5 in the Missouri Valley Conference. Alec Hubergest scored 6 3-pointers and scored 20. Timothy Vandernap sank 3 3-pointers and scored 15. Drew Charnowski led the way for the Bruins with 18 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 blocks. They fall to 22-4 and 12-3 in the MVC. Tyler Lundblade added 16 points and 5 assists. Aiden Noyes had 14 points. Hubregas scored 9 points in the first half, and Bradley went into halftime trailing 33-31. Hubregas nailed a three-pointer with 27 seconds left to force overtime, tied at 80. Vanderknapp hit a go-ahead three-pointer to ignite the 12-0 game-ending run in the final 3 minutes of OT. A.J. Casey had 28 points to help Evansville end a 6-game losing streak with an 88-80 victory over Illinois State on Monday night. Casey added 5 rebounds for the Purple Aces, who improved to 6-19 and 2-12 in the Missouri Valley Conference. Bryce Quinet scored 17 points, and Leaf Moeller hit 4 three-pointers and scored 16. Landon Moore topped the Redbirds with 16 points. They fall to 16-9 and 8-6 in the MVC. Tyreek Coleman scored 14, and Landon Wolf finished with 11 points and 9 rebounds. Evansville took the lead with 11 minutes and 51 seconds remaining in the first half and did not trail again. Casey led with 14 points for a 45-32 advantage at the break. Nick Claxton scored 28 points and had 10 rebounds to lead the Brooklyn Nets to a 123-113 win over the Chicago Bulls on Monday night. Noah Clowney added 20 points for Brooklyn, which won its second in a row. Drake Powell had 14 points off the bench. Rookies Danny Wolf and Nolan Trerer each had 13, and Zaire Williams added 11. The Nets won 3 of the 4 meetings between the Eastern Conference teams that are rebuilding. And Fernie Simon scored 23 points for Chicago, which lost its 5th straight. Colin Sexton scored 19 points off the bench, and Mattis Buzelis had 18. The Nets began the third quarter with a 14-5 spurt over the first 3 minutes to extend their advantage to 15 at 74-59, but Chicago responded with a 30-15 run over the final 9 minutes of the quarter to tie it at 89 entering the fourth. 2 free throws by Isaac Okoro 2 minutes into the fourth gave the Bulls their first lead since early in the second at 93-91. The Nets had a 12-6 spurt over the next 3 minutes to regain the advantage 103-99. The teams traded scores the rest of the way, with the most significant being Wolf's layup with 3:33 remaining and 2 free throws by Claxton on the next possession that extended Brooklyn's lead to 115-107. Both teams were shorthanded. The Nets didn't have leading scorer Michael Porter Jr. and rookie guard Igor Demin, while Chicago missed Zach Collins, Josh Giddey, Trey Jones, and Noah Asenge. The Bulls play at Boston on Wednesday night, while the Nets host Indiana on Wednesday night. Kansas delivered a shocking 82-78 upset over the number 1 Arizona on Monday at Fog Allen Fieldhouse as the Wildcats lost for the first time this season. Melvin Council Jr. and Flory Bedunga combined to score 32 of Kansas's 39 second-half points after it was announced just prior to tip-off that star guard and NBA draft prospect Darren Peterson would not play due to flu-like symptoms. Freshman Bryson Tiller had another strong outing in a big moment and finished with 18 points and 8 rebounds for the number 9 Jayhawks. Tiller had his best game of the season last month against BYU when he scored 21 points, while Peterson missed a majority of the second half due to cramping. Kansas improves to 19-5 and 9-2 in the Big 12. They have won 8 consecutive games since losing to West Virginia on the road last month. The Jayhawks are just a game behind Arizona for first place in the Big 12 standings and improved to 57-0 when playing at home on Mondays under coach Bill Self. With the loss by the Wildcats, Miami at Ohio is the final undefeated team remaining in the sport. Arizona, who falls to 23-1 and 10-1 in the Big 12, was off to the best start in the Big 12 history before Kansas's victory. In scores from around the NBA last night, the Detroit Pistons beat the Charlotte Hornets 110-104. The Orlando Magic beat the Milwaukee Bucks 118-99, while the Miami Heat fell to the Utah Jazz 115-111. The Minnesota Timberwolves took down the Atlanta Hawks 138-116, while the Sacramento Kings fell to the New Orleans Pelicans 120-94. The Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Denver Nuggets 119-117, and the Golden State Warriors found the 1-point win over the Memphis Grizzlies 117-113. The Oklahoma City Thunder beat the LA Lakers 119-110, and the Portland Trail Blazers took down the Philadelphia 76ers 135-118. In NCAA men's basketball last night, number 17 St. John beat Xavier 87-82, and number 24 Louisville took down North Carolina State 118-77. Get highlights of your local high school program by finding IL SportsWire on your preferred social media platforms, and get local sports anytime at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Here's Matt Hart, owner of the Hart Media Group in Clinton.
It's been great. You and Ben and the entire team are doing a great job. And we're just continuing on serving the local community, right? This is what this is all about. We're here to serve our local community. We're here to tell the local stories. We're here to cover the news. So nothing in that regard is changing. Our goal is connecting people. And that's our tagline at Hart Media Group. It's connecting people.
Hart purchased the Miller Media Group in August of 2025 and looks forward to serving the community for years to come.
On the hunt for lost ROI? Chart a course and find hidden profit potential with Acuron Corn Herbicide. It's the only herbicide strong enough to bury competing weeds and help you unearth 5 to 15 more bushels per acre. How's that for hidden riches? Uncover the real value of Acuron at Acuron-herbicide.com. Acuron is a restricted use pesticide. Always read and follow label instructions.
Noah Atkinson here. As owner of Lincoln Printers and Sign Designs in Lincoln, I know small business is important to our communities. That's why I'm pleased to be the exclusive sponsor of the WHOW WEZC Lincoln Printers Business of the Month.
The Vault Community Center on Mr. Lincoln Square in Clinton is a nonprofit teen community center offering an environment for social, academic, and spiritual growth through opportunities and services. They'll receive a $200 gift certificate good at Lincoln Printers and Sign Designs for being our WHOW WEZC Lincoln Printers Business of the Month. Nominate a business you'd like featured by emailing us at WHOW@randyradio.com.
Congratulations to this local business for all they do for the community. And don't forget, for envelopes, wedding invitations, signs, banner wraps, and more, go to LincolnPrintersInc.com.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. The FBI says it's not aware of any ongoing communication between the Guthrie family and the suspected kidnappers of Nancy Guthrie. Investigators say they have not identified any suspects or persons of interest in the case. Another suspected drug-running boat blown out of the water by the U.S. military in the Eastern Pacific. 2 alleged narco-terrorists were killed. There was 1 survivor. From the classroom to the picket line, almost 6,000 San Francisco public school teachers are on strike this morning. It is the first such walkout in more than 45 years. The House Homeland Security Committee is preparing to hear from Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons. A hearing has been scheduled for later this morning. On Wall Street this morning, the Dow futures are down 53 points. NASDAQ futures are off 22. More details at srnnews.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-366-6161. That's 800-366-6161. 800-366-6161.
From the Hart Media Group newsroom and DeWittDailyNews.com, I'm Ben Hubbard with this local news update. Monticello High School is making strides in connecting students and creating an accepting community. Principal Travis Corson told the Heart Media Group on the WHOW High School Road Tour Monday that they have created a course they call Unified PE. He says this pairs general education students up with life skill students in a comfortable and fun setting.
The one course we have right now is we're calling it Unified PE, even though we're not a unified champion school just yet. And there's a whole process that I won't go in on that. But the Unified PE basically is we have our life skills classes with our students. And what we do is we have them in PE class, and then we have gen ed students in that class as well. And the idea is that we pair up one-to-one gen ed student with our life skills student. Our life skills students are